Well, hello there. Welcome to today's episode of The Big Question. I'm your host here, Simon Irungu. It is a cold month, Professor. Not so much heat from the political arena. I think we have to keep ourselves home. Okay, now President-elect William Ruto congratulated MPs for electing Kenya Kwanza Speaker. It was the same case in the Senate side. Prof, what was your first reaction after seeing these results?
It was obvious that Kenya Kwanza will win. We talked about it. The numbers were more or less even, but you know power. I've said repeatedly, people want to go on the side of power. So there will be many of these some of these MPs from small parties who will swing on the side of Kenya Kwanza.
The Kenya Kwanza team.
Then that will give them numbers. But even those from Azimio, a good number still will go on the side of Kenya Kwanza. So it wasn't anything big. They were not looking at ability of the person. No.
Now the other day we did a show trying to predict who is going to win these seats or this position, Prof. And you say that there are some possibilities that the Azimio team might take. Now what do you have to say after that?
You know, the possibility we are saying, first of all, starts from the fact that the numbers are even. In fact, Azimio has more numbers than in the National Assembly. We also saying, at that time we were still thinking of Kalonzo Musyoka against Wetangula.
Yeah.
And we are saying, Wetangula as a person doesn't inspire a lot. Okay? He's not a person to make friends. He's arrogant, selfish. This is Kenya. When he was removed from the position of leader of minority in Senate, those things were said. He's not a team player. Looking at his history, he has some bad history. Parliament itself had indicted him in a resolution because of corruption. So on those scores, if you look at it that way, then Kalonzo would have a better chance. But I also did add that there are people, like from Western Province, among the Luhya, who would have seen the Mudavadi people. If you make Wetangula number 3 in the country, that means Mudavadi is
the next kingpin.
Goes down. So if they were playing politics, they could swing towards Wetangula, towards Kalonzo Musyoka, to deny Wetangula the chance to be ahead of Mudavadi in Western Kenya. I also did add that people know who Wetangula is. He's shrewd, he's a schemer, he's also smart, and the kings rarely want such a people next to them. So I argued it was possible that even Ruto could whisper to a few of his people, ambia Sudi, nyonga hii jamaa huyu asikae karibu na mimi. But it didn't work that way.
William Ruto, can he really do that? You know,
that's politics. That's how politics works.
They worked this journey.
That is how politics works.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now clearly looking at the numbers that Moses Wetangula won, that is 215 against Marende, who garnered 130 votes, Prof. Now clearly looking at these numbers, you said that the Azimio side had quite a huge number. Now we see that quite a number of with these numbers, we see that quite a number of Azimio members of parliament actually voted in.
Even in Senate.
For Wetangula.
Even Senate. Kingi went in first round, 46. As that was happening, I was talking to a senator, those who had walked out over something else. I was telling him, he's telling me, no, there's no way you can win. Then I went next to the TV. Because I thought when they were counting, I was getting it 46. So I went when now the clerk was saying 46, he couldn't believe it.
Okay.
Yeah, it means they had only 21. So Azimio people walked, crossed over and voted for Kenya Kwanza. Even Omtata, who people were counting on the side of Azimio, Kio Omtata, he remained behind and he has not hidden.
He actually said he voted in for the
for Kingi. So but also some people, you don't need even to go against Azimio. You can just reckon What is all this fuss? King can be a good Senate Speaker. And you just vote for him. Doesn't mean you have decamped. It's also possible. Yeah.
Okay, now Gladys Boss-Sholei also won the deputy position
Yes,
of the
yes,
National Assembly. You
Yes.
have been her friend. You have been her friend.
Yes.
You've debated against her.
Yeah,
Prof. Now, how is this going to look? Moses Wetangula being deputized by Sholei.
Then, well, they'll work together. They are lawyers. They are sharp. Sholei packs an opinion. So if you think you can push her, that's where the problem would be. But I'm also surprised that, okay, she'll be useful to Ruto in the National Assembly.
In what manner?
Eh?
In what manner?
Because Ruto will need to contain the National Assembly. He will need to be in control of the calendar and the thinking and the voting and everything. And you know, this is Kenya. You can count more on your tribesmen like Sholei, Gladys, than you can count on Wetangula. Supposing somewhere in between Wetangula and Kina Mudavadi get ambitious, they begin thinking now, if we are supporting Ruto for 10 years, regarding for 20 years, when shall we ever be president? 20 years from now, Mudavadi will be 82. Wetangula will be 85. Or will he? You know, they can begin working in a manner to show they are also ambitious. So you need a Sholei there. But what I was thinking, I thought, like you say rightly, I've been with Sholei on media houses. I know her. I can vouch for her. She's a very intelligent person, hardworking. I would have thought if I were Ruto, I would put her in a much more senior and strategic position than being a deputy speaker. That can be done by anybody. I think something like head of the public service, Sholei would do perfectly well.
But that's a position that she actually wanted.
No, I think no. She needs to be somewhere higher than where she is. Higher than deputy speaker. She needs to be somebody senior that helping Ruto run government. Head of the public service or something near that.
Okay.
Not deputy speaker. She's beyond that.
Okay.
That's a very, very serious and hard-working lady. Sholei Gladys, hey, if you have her on your side, you'll be doing well.
Okay, now then, Prof, what do you make of the incoming government? President Kenya Kwanza, Speaker of the National Assembly, Speaker of the Senate, Prof. What do you make of this?
It doesn't change. It has always been like that, which is unfortunate because, like in America, you see, it is rare that the president has both Senate and Congress. Very rare. It's rare. You have Congress, you don't have Senate. You saw Trump had Senate,
You didn't have the other
the
side.
Democrats had Congress. It is very rare in most democracies. In our case, even if Azimio had 250 and Uhuru had 100, they will all move to Ruto. Our MPs, you know, they are useless.
Attraction to power.
First of all, traction to power is normal, but our MPs are useless fellows. Very few of them can withstand
Okay.
power and little handouts. They have told us they even received 10,000 in toilets. Our MPs are useless. So you cannot count on Parliament to stand up against the executive. Yet the architecture and the thinking and the philosophy and everything that went into our constitution gave Parliament more power than the executive, than the judiciary. Because when Parliament is sitting, it is the people of Kenya sitting there. So the people, the executive cannot have more power than the people. The judiciary cannot have more power than the people. The people are in the National Assembly. That is where Kenyans are. That is where the power is. But our Parliament is always useless. So I will not even be excited if, let's take Nairobi for example, county. Azimio have the numbers even to impeach Sakaja tomorrow.
Okay.
But will they bring those numbers to bring any change? They will all swing to Sakaja, looking for small contracts, looking for trips to go to where. They have already started, they were in Mombasa. Next time they'll be going for benchmarking in Israel, as if Nairobi is a farming town, to go and see how cows are done in Israel and Denmark. So watakuja kufuga ng'ombe up in Nairobi.
They were actually in
Then every
Mombasa,
Friday
just
they
the
are
other
going
day.
for handouts. These are useless politicians. So I will not be excited about numbers or about speaker.
Okay.
No, I will not.
Okay, now something interesting. Someone might want actually to know, what are we missing out where we are having a government where all these top leaders are coming from one side? What are we missing as a country?
We are maturing. We are going slowly. This is a democracy. So we are moving slowly. We are achieving small kidogo kidogo, step by step. Although the world today is moving so fast, you cannot do in 10 years what should be done in 1 year. Countries like America and the rest had the luxury of time. They took 100 years to achieve certain things, but we don't have that luxury. You get it?
Okay.
So we must move with speed. And I think the beginning point will be if we could have politicians who can live. Nobody should oppose government. I'm not expecting men and women from Azimio to oppose Ruto for the sake of it. But I want to see men who have principles. Men who will not be given 200,000 shillings to begin talking like children. You know? Men who can stand up for the country and say, look here, we respect you, we are loyal to you, you are our president, but here you are going wrong.
Okay.
You told the country you'll do this. What is happening? Your 100 days are over. 100 days is a year. A year now, we are in the second year. Live up to your promises. I want to see men of that and women of that caliber. But that is difficult to achieve in this country.
Okay. And perhaps...
And Luos have said, people have been telling Luos now, you've done your opposition enough. Wacha wengine pia wafanye. I remember the late Kajwang. He was annoyed one day. He said, hata sisi Wajaluo tutawachana. Wacha hii nchi iende vile nataka.
Okay.
I think they have also done their bit. Let other people also talk for the country and die for the country.
Okay, now as we wrap up the conversation,
Yes.
Prof, and perhaps do you think that the decisions that are going to be made in Parliament in the coming years are going to be one-sided? Because of course we see that the majority of MPs are from one party.
It will be like that. But history has shown us, including our recent history of 5-10 years, the people who celebrated certain laws when Jubilee was controlling Parliament were on the receiving end of the same laws. But people don't learn anything from history. They should be in a position to know and learn from what happened when Jubilee was messing some laws. And the laws came to bite Kina Murkomen and the rest. We would hope this parliament will be wiser and they speak for the people of Kenya. But unfortunately, they will speak for the president.
Well,
which is our politics. You can't blame. Whom can you blame? Like I've said, we are achieving mudogo mudogo. Success kidogo kidogo. We will get there one day.
tunauma, Waswahili wanasema tunauma kidogo kidogo.
Kidogo kidogo. Lakini tutashiba.
Eventually tutashiba.
Democracy will come of age. We should also not be very hard on our members of parliament because they are a product of us. They are who we are. They are a reflection of who we are. Although I know a leader ought to lead, but our leaders say, "Mi nafanya ile wananchi wanataka," which is wrong. So they are us. We are the ones who have chosen those crooks inside parliament. We should lie on our bed because we made it. Let's not blame them because the environment in which our politicians operate, so much pressure on an MP. Kazi niandikie kijana kazi, tuna matanga, tuna harusi, bibi yangu amezaa. You know, we put these things, these pressures on our MPs. So again, let us also be a little fair to them.
Well, I guess that's a good place to wrap up the conversation. Well, till do have the next episode of The Big Question. And remember, if you have not subscribed to the channel, just, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just hit the subscribers button.
And also the new channel.
And also the new channel, Let's Talk Love with Professor Herman Manyora. Just speaking love, that how Kenyans we should love one another, from employers to employees, students and teachers, fathers and their children, husbands and
other
wives,
issues in the families.
and other issues in family.
Next one, my next episode is about barrenness. You marry a woman, you love her so much, she loves you so much, then it becomes clear that she does not.
Interesting. It's not just all about politics.
No. In fact, possible just the spring. I'm going to bring the next episode is about barrenness. it can be a very serious issue in a family. Once you confirm the woman cannot give birth, how do you go from there?
Wow. If you're planning to get married, or you're married, or you're just in a young family, you don't want to miss out on that episode by Professor Herman Manyora. Well, till you have the next conversation, enjoy the rest of your day.